Welcome back to the Realistic Cattle Ranch Challenge on Sunshine Forest. I'm BP, and it's time to get to work. It is a chilly January morning here on the ranch. I got a bunch of work done between episodes. We remowed what we're starting to call Field 1 or Grass Field 1. I'm not entirely sure, guys, but if you look down in the bottom right-hand corner, let me see if I can get to it. There's field info. It seems to think it's planted with grass as though it's a real grass field, not just meadow grass. It says it needs lime. It says it needs plowing. I'm very intrigued to see if this map was actually planted with grass instead of meadow grass, or if the meadow grass is counting in precision farming. But I did mow it again, and I got, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7, 9, 11, 13 silage bales off of that field, or wrapped grass bales turning into silage. I did get all of our old silage and grass bales put into the shed along with the Massey. It was a lot of fun using the Massey, starting to feel better about that. And I made another really critically important really critically important discovery between episodes. So I've been trying to figure out why our heifers aren't getting pregnant. They were over here between November and December, and we had the one limousine heifer that got pregnant, and then the other 4 did not. I moved them over here. I did a couple of test runs, and none of them were getting pregnant, which seems statistically very unlikely. And what it looks like, and I'm not positive where the threshold is, but it looks like the heifers are unable to get pregnant on just grass feed. That when I keep checking on them, I finally found in the menu where it said they were too unhealthy to reproduce. So I bought a silage bale last night because we didn't have any that had fermented yet, threw it into this open pasture with the heifers and the bull, and this morning, lo and behold, 3 of the 4 are pregnant. So I'm thinking we just have to have silage on the farm for realistic livestock to work and for the animals to get pregnant. So not a big deal. But I did think we'd be able to use more grass, which is obviously faster and easier to use. But if for the purposes of breeding, it does look like we're going to have to use silage. I'm going to play with it some more. I don't know, maybe I'll do some off-screen testing and try and see what hay does. Because if you look at the actual breakdown of the food, the meadow and the grass are 40%, silage is 80%, hay is 80%, and TMR is 100. So we could get a tedder and just turn and burn 180 centimeter round bales for hay, which would give us the same benefit as silage. But we can't wrap 180 centimeter silage bales. We can only wrap 150. So it'd be fewer bales to handle, more feed going in. I think the round bales are 7,500 liters, and the 150 are 5,500 liters. That's grass. It might be different for hay. So there's about a 2,000 liter per bale difference in the amount we'd be able to feed our animals. And again, just less and less handling of the food and running everything back and forth since we're doing it manually. So I might do some more testing. Obviously we have almost negative $6,000 in the bank, so we're not buying a tedder today. But what I do want to get started with is I'd like to get our animals. Gotta see if I can get our, there we go. Let's just move that away from the trigger a little bit and get that a little closer to our bodies. All right, so now we need to get the impregnated animals back over to the barn. So Sweetie is pregnant. Sprinkles is pregnant. She's having 3 babies, guys. Do you see that? I mean, silage just seems to be the magic sauce here, but we'll keep testing and trying and seeing what happens. But that's 4 calves coming next year. So that is really exciting news between the 2 animals. So we're going to go ahead and put them in here. All right, good to go. And then I think the Holstein heifer got pregnant as well. So let's see. And she's having 3 babies too, guys. That is insanity. All right, and then our Angus, this is our bull. No, this is not our bull. This is our Angus heifer, the one that did not get pregnant. And then we have our bull, and he is aware there is one impregnatable animal in his pasture. So we are in good shape there. So this system is working well. I'm really glad I discovered the silage thing. I was starting to get a little discouraged that we weren't having any luck, but we managed to get it done. So let's just double check. I'm going to go ahead and drop our leash here out of the way. Let's see. Move it over a little bit. So now if we check on our cow pasture, it's just the bull and the one heifer who's ready to be to get impregnated. And then we come back to our cow barn. We have our water buffalo bull that's growing up nicely, 5 months. We have 2 water buffalo here, one's 6 months, one is 4 months. Our limousine, this is the most pregnant animal we have, 30% reproduction. Misty's in her 3rd month of gestation. Our Holstein we just brought over that's having 3 babies, 2 younger Holsteins. This one's 8 months, this one's 6 months. The brown Swiss that's pregnant at 15 months. The brown Swiss is pregnant at 13 months. And then we have our Angus calf that is at 8 months. So we are rocking and rolling, guys. I feel like this is what we've been sort of waiting for. I do want to jump in and check our greenhouses. Yeah, they need to be topped off. So we're going to take the truck and the trailer up to the shop. There are a couple of items to deal with up there. First and foremost, our animal trailer came up in the sale, and since we have decided that we are allowed to upgrade our equipment, sell things, you know, just try to get ahead like a real ranch. If a better deal comes on equipment, then we're going to do that. So we're going to run up there, grab the exact same trailer but used. We bought that one new, and get a little bit of money back that way. We are also going to bring up the 2 lettuce pallets that we have down here. All right, let's see if we can't get this refilled. There does seem to be something with the update that happened recently. I don't know, was it 1.9? And there's something with the water continuously unloading that's making it hard to fill. So let's see. Maybe we just get it all the way empty and then refill it from there. See if that helps. All right, and the other thing we can do today is we can apply slurry to our wheat field if we get enough money to buy the... Man, this is it stuck open? Nope, that's that. It just seems like the trailer is struggling with the water trigger. Okay, so it's the slurry trigger there. That's fine. I want to get one more round of water in that second greenhouse. There we go. Crashed into our water pump. Not an ideal situation. See how the tank is stuck open? I almost wonder if maybe the issue is actually that we're overlapping the slurry trigger and the water trigger from the barn are overlapping. So let's do a quick experiment here. Well, we won't have enough money to do it. I was going to say we could sell it and move it. So we won't do that right now. We'll do that once we have a couple of bucks in the bank. But we are... There we go. I had a stall there, so it seemed like. We are going to sell our current animal trailer on, we'll call it Facebook Marketplace. That's how we'll work it, since selling on this map works a little bit goofy. So we got a guy coming to look at it. He's going to come pick it up. I want to give it the old once over and just see what we have here. And we'll touch up the paint a little bit. Got a rattle can in the shed. All right, we'll sell that. That's for $9,000. Good to go. We are positive. Now we'll go ahead and grab the Massey. I have had just a ton of fun driving this thing, getting used to it. I'm still not great at it, but I'm starting to understand what it's going to do. And as I said, it's just been a blast getting all those bales in. It was very relaxing just running around last night in December, grabbing all the bales, putting them in there, getting them tucked away, getting them flipped over. Like I said, just a nice, very relaxing task. And once I sort of understood what to expect from our Massey skid steer, it worked very well. And like I said at the end of last episode, having the weight on the back makes an absolute huge difference. It felt unpredictable and very light in the steering and just not good when I was loading that first round of bales before we could afford the weight. We knew we wanted it. But, okay, let's get settled here. Do wish those forks would adjust width-wise so we could pick up pallets cleaner on the ends, but not the end of the world. Alright, pallet 1 on. Let's go ahead and get the second pallet loaded up. Cool. That is done. You know, the skid steers typically have front and rear steering, four-wheel steering, which is nice. This drives like a skid steer, so it actually... You know what? I'm going to move that back just in case we go a day or two without selling the lettuce. I don't want it to block the spawn point at all and risk not letting lettuce spawn. But this drives like a skid steer, so it's like each side of the vehicle is independently controlled, so it can almost do a zero turn, which certainly has its advantages. Right now, with it being us being on a smaller farm, it is nice being able to just turn on an absolute dime and get in and out of sheds like this. I can see it being a big benefit long term. Maybe we can't park this way. Let's see. I think we may have popped out in the wall there, guys. That's not good. Let's move over a little bit and see if we can't. There we go. Nice. Okay. So let's go get the truck. Let's run the lettuce up to the shop. And we still have the bale spike in the back. I'm keeping it just because I figure we'll probably end up using it to run some bales around at some point. So anyways, I'm going to run up to the shop. I'll see you guys there. When we come back, we're going to see if we can get enough soil data to fertilize our wheat field with some slurry now that our water tank is empty. And, you know, while we're up at the shop, may as well check and see if there's any cows for sale that make sense for us to buy. So I will see you guys up there. We are at the shop. Let's drop off our lettuce. The straps on this trailer are absolutely hilarious. Wow, $2,000 per pallet, guys. That is good news for us. So I think what we're going to do is maybe drop the trailer here. We may load the cattle trailer with animals in it onto this trailer to take it home. So let's go ahead and disconnect. No, we can't disconnect while we're getting the ramps out. Yeah, that front wheel doesn't have much impact on keeping it level. All right, so that is good to go. Let's jump into the sale. We're back. All right, got it all figured out. So in regards to the sale, a couple new items today. We got this tree trailer with the crane. The crane's $21,000. There was another one earlier. I was like, oh, it's $7 grand. Let's grab it. And the crane was like 15 grand. Nowhere near what we can afford. Very interesting John Deere square baler. Doesn't wrap, so I'm not sure it's worth switching over. I mean, I know it's not. Tank of herbicide would be great, but we just don't have anywhere to apply it. And here is our exact same trailer on sale. We made about $5 grand switching to a used one. So we have that. Pressure washer is just a luxury item we don't need. The freestanding rusty panel is a cool mod we could be bringing in. I had some challenges with it on a previous playthrough with them bouncing around and moving on the map, so I'm not sure we'll bring those in. Here's, I mean, this is the tedder we need. It's $21,000, but it does have a working width of 17 meters. I mean, it's just so much wider than we need right now. But would be nice to have if we ever got up to that much money. So I think that's it. Everything else we had seen the other day. So let's go grab our gently used. There's a if you watch a lot of farm sim content, comment down below if the phrase secondhand brand new means anything to you. It's one of my favorite lines from that series. So we are off with our, look at that trailer. It's seen some use, seen some abuse. Look at the inside. The animals been coming in and out. That looks good. Everything on this series is a little beat up, and I like it that way. It doesn't look all brand new and shiny. So, animals. What do we have? Overall quality, good, average, very bad, no thanks. These are bulls. Do we really want... What is the age on this? 13 months. Very good. We just don't need bulls. All right, so that one's good. It's got to be very good or excellent to really make sense. There's a very good bull, but once again, are we just raising it for the sake of raising it? Extremely good 10-month-old Angus heifer. Extremely high milk production, extremely high quality, very high metabolism, very high fertility, extremely high health, overall extremely good. That animal is coming home with us today, guys. Okay, more Angus bulls. I mean, if we had a bull, are some of the bulls on here? Like, they were like $300, and we were raising them for meat or for just to have as a backup, maybe, but I just can't see a need to just have more bulls on the farm. Okay, water buffalo. This is a very good water buffalo, $945. Probably worth bringing back. 10 months. It's a great age. Water buffalo bulls. Again, nothing. A bull would have to be just an incredible animal, or, you know, like $300 to make it make sense. All right, we only have $379 left, so we got our 2 animals. Now the question is, how are we going to get this onto our trailer? And I have an idea, so we're going to drop that there. I think we have to get reconnected, because otherwise there's just no hope. All right, we'll turn that off. You know, I'm glad that the shop here has a telehandler. I don't know if they, when they gave us permission to use it, thought that we would be using it the way we do, but, you know, they said yes, and they haven't told us no yet, so we're just going to keep on keeping on with the telehandler. Something like this would eventually be very nice to have on the farm, but right now I just feel like it's so big for what we need. Like, getting the bales stacked up in that little sort of shed there on the end of the barn would be a challenge with something this big. All right, we have 4-wheel steer, and we're backing up. Let's see how good I am behind the wheel today. Not too shabby. Oh, we're sliding. That is not good. Is it just not hitting? Let's see. That just seems to slide, guys. Yeah, let's try lining up this wheel and see if that makes a difference. Yeah, it is not cooperating. Wasn't planning on taking 2 trips. However, if this doesn't... Man, if we could just get it to... get up over the lip. Well, what are our other options? Let's see. I don't think we can do it this way, but we can give it a try. We can try driving up on it and driving off the front. Why is it so... It's so screwy on the back of the telehandler. That might be the telehandler that's the problem. That's a weird one. Let's put the telehandler aside for a minute. Let's jump on out. And I'm wondering, we know there's no collision on the front of the trailer. So I'm thinking maybe, actually, as a benefit, we could just drive right over the front of it with the truck. Use it like a tip ramp. And see, I don't know why the trailer is sliding sideways so much behind the telehandler. That's weird. I've not ever experienced that before. So, here we go. Moment of truth. Feels a little bit like we're doing some Dukes of Hazzard stuff here. And right up over the front. I mean, it ain't pretty. No, it's not even a little bit on, is it? Nope. No, we might be getting ourselves in trouble here. I don't know, guys. The best laid plan of mice and men. Let's try one more time. I just don't understand why the trailer is sliding so much. Now, I'm not saying that this is a good idea or it's meant to happen. Let's be clear about that. But it does seem like the truck tracks perfectly straight. And then look at that. As soon as it kicks out, the trailer is now out to the side. You guys see that? Like, let's bring it all the way in from the side at an angle and see if we can get it to maybe slide straight. Will it hit that ramp? Oh, yes. That's it. We got it. Okay, now before disconnecting, put a strap on. Once again, children, don't try this at home. We are trained professionals. Man, that worked out in the end. I am surprised it worked out that well. So, our cattle trailer is strapped to our flatbed, and we are going to head back to the farm. So, I will see you guys there. We are pulling up to the ranch. I want to see, just out of curiosity, I can't imagine I'll be able to hit the trigger with the trailer on the trailer, but just for curiosity's sake, let's give it one real quick try and just see if this silliness works. Every once in a while something crazy works in Farm Sim, you never know. Let's see. No, nothing. That's about what I figured. Not a big deal. Alright, let's unstrap it. Let's get those ramps out. Alright, let's see. And... oh, gotta wait for the ramps to connect. They're just slow, trying to disconnect the trailer here. Don't want to shake, rattle, and roll our cattle too much. So let's get back. Can we get over the hitch far enough? Yes, we can. And can we just pull it forward and off? Get enough of an angle. There we are. Let's see. That'll work. We're good. We're good. Like we planned it the whole time. And look at this. And be able to back right up to the barn. I tell you, we are professionals of the highest level. Move the two animals in. Yes, we are going to move them in. Excellent. All right, I can still hear the water trailer running. Here we go. Oh, that's the wrong way. Get that tucked back in here. Excellent. Grab our flat deck trailer. Thinking we might park that along the fence on the other side of the open pasture. Make it a little bit more accessible. Yeah, like pull it like right in here. That way if we want to load it, we can just load the lettuce right on. Don't need to move it or anything. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely water running on something over there. Not sure what that is about. Okay, so at this stage, truck's got some gremlins. Yeah, you hear that? Yeah, the tanker must still be trying to drain into there. So let's check our silage bales, only 59%. Yeah, not, what are we? That was the weight. 21%. All right, so let's see about getting some slurry into this tanker and trying to fertilize the wheat field a little bit. Yeah. 7,300 liters of slurry, why not? 71, sure. Interested to see what happens when we get... Now, let's just make sure we're not going to destroy the crop. Okay, we're not going to destroy the crop. That's good news. So it knows it has slurry in there. And we haven't bought any information on the field. So we have to go all the way over to precision farming. Yeah, it has no data whatsoever. And we don't have sensors. Gotta be honest, guys, I don't have a lot of hope for this, but let's turn it on. And let's just see what happens real quick. Let's do a lap around the outside. Or at least as far as we go. Oh, we are burning through that fast. Hold on a second there, guys. Okay. That's fine. Let's see how that did. That change anything? How about the map? Yeah, nothing on the nitrogen. Nothing. It's interesting to see we're getting a yield map on the areas we mowed. Field 1 back here on the left and field 2 up here on the front. Seed rate, soil type. Yeah, so we have to buy the soil data, and I just don't think we have the money to do that. So let's see. Select farmland 12. Purchase soil information. Yeah, it's $1,800. So we don't have that information. So we're going to run this back to the barn, and we'll wait until we have some more soil information. It's not going to grow over winter. It's only January. So there's not a whole lot we can expect to have happen. But I think at this point, why don't we sleep and see what comes in January. Real quick before we sleep, I just want to check on our animals. Okay, so they have tons and tons of food. We're actually hoping the barn eats the grass down so we can start replacing it with silage. The cow pasture still has 3,500 liters of silage left, and the grass that we put in, this thing's can hold up to 500 cows, so it has a huge, huge capacity and 22,000 liters of water. So we are good to go. So I will, man, that is cool to see all those different animals in there. I do feel bad they don't have straw, but at this point, we just can't get it in. Soon we're going to have straw in there. We'll always keep it clean and fresh, but it just, at this stage, we're just trying to get off the ground. With $379 to our name, we just don't have money to buy straw. But regardless, I will see you guys in February. Welcome to February, guys. We have snow. It's 33 degrees outside. Let's jump in and see. I mean, that cow looks pregnant to me. Let's see, you gonna give me any information? No, sometimes it doesn't work that way. So let's jump into the menu. Let's see, cow pasture, 15 months. Does not appear to be pregnant, but let's double check over here. So, cow pasture. Okay, light. She is pregnant. One baby. That is such good news, guys. Rogue is our big stud bull. Doing his job, doing it well. All right, so let's grab our rope. We got a ratchet strap we're picking up instead. Get our leash, head on over. And Light, you're coming with us. No need to stay outside. You get to move back into the barn. Rogue, buddy, you're over there. I got to keep you separated from the ladies a little bit. Okay, back over here. All right, we may have to. Let's put that down. Let's go ahead and move the tractor up and away a little bit. It's funny because the snow's only really bad where we put gravel down. It's not bad everywhere else. All right, so move back over here. Light, you're moving back into the barn. Great. Now, all the animals. Let's see. Sweetie, 14 months pregnant. Sprinkles, 16 months pregnant. Too young. Loud Bossy is 20% of the way through reproduction. It's 3 babies. That's still blowing my mind. Too young. Oh, we didn't name the ones we got yesterday. Okay, well, we got to name them real quick. That's not a problem. So let's see. Switch to the information tab. Change name. Bubbles. Sure, that works. And you were Jan 2. And guys, I know we're not in year 2, but the way the game calendar works that we have installed, if you take a look at the top right corner, oh no, it still says year 1. Okay, so we can rename that cow for year 1. That is totally fine. I'm good with that. All right, so let's see. Information, Bubbles, change name, Jan year 1. Do we want to do it that way? Let's see. Should we do calendar years or years on the farm? I think we should do calendar years. So let's leave it as Jan 2. Light. So Bubbles actually should come over to the pasture tomorrow. Light is pregnant. Misty is pregnant. Our water buffalo are getting older. 5 months, 7 months. Our water buffalo bull is doing well, so let's rename these guys. Tempo, Jan 2, And we got one Angus, right? Bubbles Jan2, Nirvana N1. Nope, we got that one. I thought we only bought 2 yesterday, huh? Sprinkles, Tempo Bubbles. Yep, they all have their names. So cool. We are in good shape, guys. This cattle ranch series is turning out to be pretty exciting. I'm glad with the animal movement. You know, long term, we're going to get even more enclosures, barns, pastures, probably separate our dairy cows and everything else. Pretty soon, we're going to figure out if the water buffalo and the regular cows can intermix as far as breeding. We just don't know yet. But we are doing really well with all the animals we have. So that was a good episode. We made it to February. I think we're going to call it there on that one. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to drop a like and turn on notifications for more videos. And I'll see you in the next one.